Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2B's Gundam Reviews.net. And when the Zaku Amazing was announced from Gundam Build Fighters, I think one of the first things that many of us thought about is, can we get rid of the whole amazing aspect and purge all that armor and end up with just a Char Zaku? And what would it be? Would it be the original one or the high mobility type? Once we got our hands on our plates, and don't forget to go check out my review of the Zaku Amazing for a close look at that. But now it's time to see what kind of modifications you can do and how much effort is going to be required and what kind of results you can get if you want to take that old HGUC and sort of bring it more close, well, definitely into the modern era. Because even though this was my first high-grade Universal Century kit, in fact my first 144th kit, the original Char Zaku 2 all the way back from 2000, 2002 there, 1,000 yen it came out in, and the biggest difference of course is that over the years, the Char coloring has changed. If you go check it out across the high grades, the master grades, and the non-grades, you can just see that Bandai isn't sure what Char Pink really was, but they've revamped that recently and the payoff is definitely visible. With the Zaku Amazing there on the left, definitely incorporating the newer, brighter, and more anime proper colors. But in addition to the palette swap, when you see the high mobility, the aces from the MSV series, Shin Matsunaga, Johnny Ridden, and the Black Tri-Stars, it's just going to be so much cooler to see what a decade of improvement have brought to the HGUC line, and it's definitely going to add some cool proportions, not to mention a whole bunch more boosters strapped onto the legs and backpack. So when I put this all together, I've got to say I had to laugh because my problems befitting Char were threefold. So let's get to them. The big one that's going to be standing out and oh so easy to fix, Bandai, and oh so ugly, he's going to be missing the shoulder spike. So you've got the front one, you've got the back one, and you're going to have just this ugly little thing. So if you've got something cool and angry and metal kicking around, you could go and add that on yourself. But I think this is going to be the most glaring problem. And on the backpack, it's going to be much less evident, but you're going to have these ugly sides all available, as the Amazing is going to have these big crazy ones that stick down. The high mobility one also, but they are going to be different. Here, the big difference being is that if you did not cover this up, and if you just leave it be, first of all, it's only going to be ugly if you see it from the back. The problem is just that you're going to have your piping exposed, and I'd imagine that over time that would just fall out and be less cooperative. So this seems like the kind of thing that for practical reasons you'd want to cover it up. And double trouble down on the legs as, what's the problem? Well, first of all, the front. I think it looks fantastic when you just put it together out of the box. But on the back, if you want to get really picky and you take a look down there, Bandai omitted, they're going to be giving you the pink piping here. But if you have a Shin Matsunaga or somebody like that, you'll see that there's going to be these little tiny pipes that should go over there. And so you need one for the left side and one for the right side. This is probably the easiest one to ignore, as it's going to be looking really good from the front and it's not actually going to have any practical effect on the model itself. So on to fixing time, Shin Matsunaga, the natural choice being white, no base coat required, but you can see that you've got this solitary spike there looking all angry. That's just asking for some Char Pink to get put on there and hopefully match up well. Having a nice metal one though just seems to be more and more appealing the more I think about it. And for the backpack, here's the Zaku Amazing. As you can see that these gray parts totally different and totally out of place if you put them on a regular high mobility Zaku. So again, Shin Matsunaga comes to the rescue. First of all, the light gray is again going to be easy to paint on, and I wonder if that's going to need some base coat, as it's going to be the dark Char Red, Char Pink that you can be putting on top. And the leg problem, to each their own, but Shin Matsunaga is going to be coming with this black piping here, and you can see those two in question that you can attach on to either leg. Now this is going to be a bit of a dilemma, because first of all, painting light pink on this, first of all, it's going to be a very soft plastic, so I don't know exactly how it would adhere, but you'd have to base coat it for sure if you want to put that on, or you can just put on some black piping there if you don't mind it being hidden on the back. And oh Bandai, how clever were they? As all they had to do was give you the whole pink plate, and we could have had this pink spike on here. Instead, this is cut off Shin. They purposely omitted it, just to stop this from being easy here. For the backpack, here's the Amazing, and here's Shin Matsunaga. You can just see, again, that they omitted that corner down there, so you specifically do not get those two nice pieces, which would make Char's high mobility so much easier. And here's the Zaku Amazing's piping, and here's Shin Matsunaga. You can see that they give you the big parts in pink, but again, they purposely just omitted a corner so that you've got to make the hard decision. Go black, leave it out, or base coat it and do it up in a proper pink. Bandai. And with the help of the proper Gundam color sprays here for Char Pink and for Char Red, MS Char Red, MS Char Pink over there, number 10 and 11, you know that the coloring is going to be a lot more like it should have been back in the early 80s. And here is the result of the work and the paint, and just generally ignoring the whole amazing aspect. Char Zaku 2 high mobility type in its proper colors. Now, of course, when you look around here, there's going to be all sorts of problems. The things that I did do, though, you can see that I've got the proper red back there, and I did get lazy and I just went with the black piping on the back. Could have omitted it altogether, but at least having the shoulder spike there in pink is definitely going to look a lot better than not having it. But with the direct comparison with its predecessor, you can just see how different the colors are, the proportions, and just the overall coolness. Sharper angles with the shield, angrier looking spikes on the shoulders. The head proportion is totally different there with a thinner eye slit, and you can see the mono eye in there as well. The big problem being for this is that when I was doing the painting, I could have taken the red that I put on the backpack over there and actually gone around and done this for the skirt parts as well. Either just painting over the Zaku Amazing Char pink with Char red, or I could have used my Shin Matsunaga parts. But at the same time, I just wanted to see how this was going to look mostly out of the box. And it's sort of going to be an interesting offset. I do want to keep him in this form until he's beside Johnny Ridden to go along with the rest of the gang before I decide to go Char pink for all the armor. But overall, just in terms of colors, proportions, and just overall coolness, if you can skip out on the fact that we didn't see it in the anime, this one is definitely a lot of fun and something that if Bandai released as a regular retail, you know a lot of people would be all over it. Here is Char next to Build Fighter's masked man, Tatsuya Yuki, in his Zaku Amazing. Of course, most of the colors are going to be exactly as you'd expect, but it's sort of ironic that this show, which is newer, is going to have more rounded and sort of old school stylings down there for the leg armor and the shoulders, not to mention just the fact that crazy payload all around. And the black tri-stars are looking pretty sharp here next to Char as well. It would be nice to have all three of those. I've skipped out on the commander's antenna there with just a couple little decals on, but as you can see around the body, they are going to be almost the same in design, including the back of the backpacks. It's just going to be the legs where you're going to have a lot more color apps on the tri-stars if you can get past that black piping over here on the left. And Shin Matsunaga has joined the gang here. He's double-armed. He's going to have some more seals on the front and a different color scheme in the legs and the armors. It's still lots of fun to put together these high-mobility Zakus and see exactly what the difference is, but Char is very appreciative of that extra shoulder spike that he got from him. And in doing a project like this, it's always fun to think about the end game. Yes, I got this kit just for the shoulder and for those couple other helpful parts, but I got a buddy who wants to go and put this together. White is a fun base to paint on. He's going to colorify it up, and he's going to add a metal spike over there on the shoulder, which is why I could steal this one. Overall, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm sure that's the whole idea that Bandai is trying to get across with the Build Fighters. They could have made this a lot easier, just the fact that they omitted those three simple parts, and to sort of force you to scramble or omit them or do different things like that just shows that Bandai may be releasing their own in the future, premium online or whatever, and they don't want to encourage you to have too much fun or they're going to make you work for it here. But with a little bit of paint, I think the end result is quite pleasing, and to have the whole team, especially adding Johnny Ridden to the group, is going to be great, and it's such a huge step up on that old HGUC, which I really loved at the time, but it looks like it's time for a 2.0, and this is the closest we can get at the moment, besides scratch building or painting your own from scratch. Anyway, everybody, please let me know what you think of the paint job and everything else about the mod. Have you had more luck with things like this? And what do you think of our future chances are for some retail releases along this same line or Premium Bandai Online? Thanks for watching as always, and stick around for lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. See ya! Amazing! Bandai's found a way to get us to buy more Zaku 2s.